Hello everybody, Susie and Katrina here for the second half of week 8 of Pictures at an Exhibition. And this movement is cum mortuis in lingua mortua, with the dead in a dead language.
With the dead in a dead language.
So in performance it joins on immediately to the movement before catacombs, which we did in the last video. It's very much their attack it is the word,
in the
isn't
language
it?
of the dead. I think I looked this up when I was arranging it because I thought it was a really spooky movement, and I think I realised that perhaps Mussorgsky was talking about music as being a language, or art as being a language, where someone who's passed away, like Mussorgsky's no longer with us, but he speaks to us through his music. And of course he was looking at his friend's paintings, and his friend was no longer with him, but he was being spoken to through the art. So it's really quite a touching and sad movement, isn't it? It does say con lamento.
It does, yeah.
Which means with sadness.
It absolutely does.
String players. Did we say no brass?
I hadn't got there yet.
Oh yeah. I'll hand over to you, Susie.
So in this movement there are no parts for the brass players. You get a rest. And in performance you'll be very glad of that rest, because you've got quite a lot of notes to play through the whole piece. And the last two movements in particular are very tiring, so don't be offended that you're not included in this movement. Have a good old rest, okay? Enjoy it.
Okay, and string players, we've just got pizzicato, so I think bow's down for this one. You just don't need a bow in your hands. When you've only got a couple of pizzicato notes, it's important to get them in the right place though.
Absolutely. So if you've already watched the Catacombs video, you'll know that in the recording that the SEO Quintet made for us, they didn't pay any attention to the pauses, the curvy line with a dot underneath, because that's very difficult to manage without a conductor. There is one pause in the middle of this movement which they have also ignored, okay? So 6 beats in the bar all the way through. This is another promenade. Okay.
It's the first promenade that's had the same number of beats in the bar.
I was just about to say
Whoa,
that. Yeah, exactly. There are no changes of time signature. Okay. So 6 beats in the bar all the way through. I'm playing the woodwind part here. Katrina's playing the string part. I think we're good to go.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Counting bars in 6.
Yeah.
I have to get my concentrating head on.
So Gordon will give us a bar of 6 before they start playing, and it starts. There's a lot of stillness in this movement, so really pay attention, okay, to what speed he counts in, and yeah. I think the moving parts don't start until part way through the 2nd bar.
Whoa! But does the first note start on the first beat?
The first note is a tremolo from the upper strings.
Okay, let's see how we get on with counting this.
Yeah, it could be.
We'll be looking forward to having a conductor, I think.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 80. 81.
goodness. It even makes me feel cold hearing that cold music. It's quite sad, isn't it? Well done, woodwind players, because I speak as a woodwind player first instrument. Those are quite long notes and quite quiet notes. And that's worth practicing as part of your daily practice, rather than practicing it necessarily as part of a piece. But when you're practicing each day, just try doing some long notes and see how you get on, and try quiet ones, loud ones. But the quiet ones are sometimes harder, aren't they?
I found that surprisingly difficult. So I'm actually a brass player, and
The flute's hard.
the flute is hard. It
it's
uses a
easy to-
huge amount of air.
It's easy to waste there on the flute, so that's
Yeah.
why we have to practice long notes.
Really, so it's definitely worth practicing. I found it really hard to keep going right the way through to the end of the 7th beat of that note that I had to play without it going horribly flat.
It's unexpected, isn't it, when you see a
Yeah.
part that's only got 2 notes in it, you think, oh, that's easy, and
Really
then it
not.
turns out not so easy. Well done.
Honestly.
So those are the 2 spooky ones, and then next week, is it Baba Yaga's
Next
part?
week is Baba
Oh,
Yaga,
I
yeah.
love Baba Yaga is probably my favourite movement of this
Yeah,
whole suite,
gonna
so
love
you're
it.
going to love it. Very much busier next week.
Really.
So yeah, practice your calm long notes this week, and then we'll
Make
get
the
on
most
to the
of it.
busy stuff next week.
Absolutely. Have fun.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See ya.
Bye.